Hello! Welcome to the Polyglot Files. My name is Michael and today we're doing a video on a topic that is both interesting and perplexing. We're doing a video on phonemes. What is a phoneme, you may ask? Well, in its simplest definition, a phoneme is a sound in a language that can distinguish one word from another. Take, for example, the word bat and mat. These two words rhyme because they have the same at ending. In fact, these examples show us that the phoneme m and the phoneme b are in fact distinct from each other in English. That's because we get two different words when we attach these letters to the at ending. The first is a small mouse-like animal that flies around at night and could possibly be a vampire. The second, mat, is an object at the front door of your house that you use for cleaning off your shoes when you come home. But the purpose of this video isn't just to explain to you that the scientific word for sound is phoneme. I actually wanted to answer the question, which language has the most sounds, or the most phonemes? While it's hard to account for every single sound that occurs in a language, given that languages often have many different dialects and use different sounds, I decided to look up how many phonemes were in my native language, English. Again, given the fact that there are a number of varieties of English, finding an exact number for the number of phonemes in the language is kind of difficult to do. For example, in general American English, it is postulated that there are 40 phonemes, 44 in British English and 45 in Australian English. Now, 45 individual sounds like a lot to me. Individual sounds like a lot to me? Now, 45 individual phonemes sounds like a lot of sounds to me. I can't just, you know what I'm trying to say. In the sound inventory of Standard French, there are 22 consonant sounds as well as 17 vowel sounds for a total of 39 phonemes. In Standard German, there are 42 phonemes. Tamil, a language I recently spoke about, has 45 phonemes, tying it with Australian English. Standard Castilian Spanish, on the other hand, has a relatively small sound inventory of 25 phonemes, with only 5 vowel sounds. Japanese and Mandarin Chinese also have relatively small sound inventories of 30 and 29 respectively. The next language I looked at was Russian, and Russian actually has a pretty peculiar sound inventory. While Russian has only 6 vowel sounds, what makes it particularly challenging to count sounds in the Russian language is that Russian consonants undergo a process called palatalization. Palatalization in Russian means that consonants can be pronounced two ways. First, we have the normal way. For example, if we take the letter T in Russian, it's pronounced like T. However, there is also a palatalized consonant. That means that the Russian letter, or rather, the Russian sound T, can also be pronounced in a palatalized way. T. That gives us a pair of two sounds that are distinct from each other. T and T. Notice how that second sound has a slight y to it? You may not be able to hear the difference, but listen to the clip a couple times, and if you still can't hear the difference, it might just be because I'm not a native Russian speaker. So, yeah. Taking into account all of Russian's consonants, palatalized and unpalatalized, the language itself has a sound inventory of 44 phonemes, putting it on par with English. But right now, it seems that we're just fighting over 1 or 2 phonemes here and there. But what if I told you that 40 to 50 phonemes was in fact pretty average for a language to have? Like Russian, Lithuanian also has palatalization of its consonants. In fact, Lithuanian has 45 consonants, 11 vowels, and 9 diphthongs. This gives Lithuanian a sound inventory of 65 sounds. However, since there is some debate as to whether or not diphthongs are individual sounds or a combination of vowel sounds, 56 phonemes is perhaps a safer number. But trust me, the number of phonemes in languages can only go up from here. In the case of Xhosa, a Nyungi Bantu language spoken by 11 million people in southern Africa, there are 10 vowel sounds as well as 66 consonant sounds for a total phoneme inventory of 76. This high number is due to the fact that Koza's sound inventory is abundant with kind of rare consonant sounds, such as clicks. In fact, I should be saying the language's name itself with a click. Oza, Goza, Goza, Oza, I don't know. Up until 1992, Ubykh was also a language that had a gigantic sound inventory. While it was documented to only have a single vowel sound, some linguists claim that Ubykh had somewhere between 76 and 82 consonant sounds. This gives us a total sound inventory of anywhere between 77 to 83 sounds. The language unfortunately became extinct in 1992 with the death of its last speaker, so further work to try and understand the sound inventory of this language has not been done. Returning, however, to living languages, there is one single language that takes the cake for being the language with the most sounds. This is the Ta language, also known as this. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that because I assume there's a click in there, and with the sound inventory that this language has, I'm 100% sure that I would not be saying this right. Ta is an apparent language isolate that is spoken by about 2,500 people in Botswana and Namibia. The language itself has a massive sound inventory of 87 consonant sounds as well as 20 vowel sounds, giving it a total of 107 sounds. Like Goza, a lot of these consonant sounds are in fact click sounds, but Ta also employs what is known as aspiration, or a slight sound that is added to consonants. Were you able to hear that? I'm not sure if my microphone picks that up. Let's try this again. It's kind of like that, but like less obnoxious. Less like somebody with bad breath breathing on a camera. Well, there you have it. It seems that we found the language that has the most sounds. Ta. Keep in mind, however, that the study of sound and the study of distinguishing sounds from one another is a rather complicated and daunting task, especially when you throw in dialects and even tonal languages. That being said, even though I've made a claim in this video, it is by no means a definitive answer. I suggest doing your own research and seeing what results you uncover, and if you find something different or the same, leave me a comment below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also check me out on social media, and as usual, thank you for watching the Polyglot Files. Goodbye!